It's me, and we're going to try this first podcast, see how this goes for some practice. This is a periodic table that you have gotten, and it has all the information that you would need off the periodic table. So we'll use this all year, so you want it towards the front of your composition book. Okay, next you have a pink piece of paper that has a list of the element, the symbols, and the valence numbers that we're going to learn off the periodic table. We're not going to learn all of them off the periodic table, so this is our list. You'll have to spell the name correctly, write the symbol correctly, and know the valence numbers. So we're going to talk about that. Next, I've also given you this page that has it's a periodic table with the elements that we're going to learn instead of just all of them. And again, this one has the symbol and the valence number or numbers that we're going to be learning. And so you could practice by looking at the symbol and trying to remember the name, or you could look at the bottom periodic table and look at the name and try to remember what the symbol is and write those in for practice, or just think them in your head, and then you can use these two periodic tables to help check the other one. Okay. Next, this is a periodic table. The shaded in squares are the ones we're not learning. They're not on our list, and I have highlighted which ones will be on the first quiz, second, third, and fourth. And so if you want to get a highlighter and make a key and highlight yours as well, so you'll know which ones are on each quiz. We'll have a quiz each Friday starting next week, and when we get to the second quiz, the third quiz, and the fourth quiz, any elements you've already been tested over can be on that quiz. So we need to keep remembering them. We are going to use these all year long, so it's really important that you remember them and not just learn them for the test. Okay? And so all of these elements can be found on your pink sheet, this list right here. They can be found on this sheet right here. Right? And so we're going to be focusing on this first quiz for these first two families, right here, and over here this last family. And if you look, the first family, their valence number is 1, except for hydrogen, which is 1 and -1. The second family, their valence number is 2. Go over here, and these are 3s, and then you have the 0s. Okay? So 1, 2s, 3s, and 0s are the valence numbers. And how this will work is here's an example of what a quiz might look like. You'll be given the atomic number, which is like a locator to find it on the map. And you'll get a little map. It won't be highlighted, but you'll have a map like this. And so, for example, you look for atomic number 3. Oh, look, there it is. So it's in the first family, so you know its valence number is 1. And then you have to, I gave you the name this time, so you'd have to remember the symbol and write it in, or I might have given you the symbol and you have to write the name. So you look at number 10. You find number 10. Oh, it's in the last family, so its valence number is 0, and you write in its name. Spelling does count. You'll get taken off if you spell incorrectly. Number 12, oh look, second family, 2. Its symbol's Mg. Hydrogen's right here. That's the one that's 1 and -1 and H. So you don't know if I'm going to give you the name or the symbol. You got to know both. And I will always give you this atomic number so you can find it. Then you will, once you find it, you'll know the valence number. Okay, and it does matter about the symbol. If it's 2 letters, it's a capital and a lowercase. If it's 1 letter, it's a capital. Even if you write your capitals like this and write it small, that's still a capital A, so you'll lose some points. Or if you write your N's like this, that's still a lowercase n, so you'll lose some points. Because each capital letter means a new element, so that would represent a second element. This has no capital letters in it, so it would mean no elements. So I wanted to tell you that ahead of time. Spelling counts, and writing your capital and lowercase correctly counts. I'm going to be giving you a set of flashcards with all the elements that we're going to be learning throughout this 6 weeks. You can cut them out individually, you can cut them out in blocks, you can leave them on the page. And what you might want to do with these is, for example, you could cover up the symbol and look at the name and try to remember the symbol. Or you could cover up the name, try to remember the name, cover up the valence number. So you could cover it up or you could fold it. The valence number is protons plus electrons. Protons are positive, electrons are negative. So let's say an element has made an ion, which we'll learn that word later, and it has 9 protons and 7 electrons. That adds up to positive 2, and that would be its valence number. So we will get into more of this when we do atomic structure, but that's what the valence number is that you're learning. You could also get some colored paper and make one of these charts, and you could write the symbol on the outside, and then you could flip it up and see the name and the valence number. I did mine where these first 3 rows plus boron and aluminum right here are what's on the first quiz. And then I wrote the second quiz, third quiz, fourth quiz. And so I'll have a copy of this in my room if you want to see it, and with directions. Or, let's see if I can get all of this on here. You could pause this at different points and see the elements that I have. Okay? And I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of colored paper. So you can see this in my room if you want to make this. Another thing you could do is get another one of these shaded in sheets and borrow it from me. And you could get a vis-a-vis or a dry erase marker, and you could get some extra of one of these and take them home, put them in a baggie, and practice their valence numbers. This family was all 1. This family was all 2. These were 3s. Those were 0s. This was 1 and -1. And then you could erase them and try it again. So, be studying for next Friday the families that I have represented right here, the name, the symbol, and the valence number. Okay, well that's it. We'll talk to you later.